Are we ready to jam? Are we ready to jam? Alec,
Zach,
viewers,
we're back, baby. We're back right in
yes.
action immediately.
Immediately, look at us in the waters. I got this nice little water. I always have a hard time finding like a good background for each new
Oh
video.
yeah.
Because it's like you search
Oh.
Fiji, you're gonna get like island resort like kind of.
So you get that, or you get like the water. You get like the Fiji water.
So I looked up the specific island they're on, but I got just it's mostly water on the screen. I think it looks nice and it looks cleaner. Um, but
Nice.
anyway, that's besides the point. If you're new to the channel, I'm a big fan of Survivor. Love the show. I've been taking Alec along Survivor ever since the first season, Survivor Borneo, up until now, and we've done reviews of every season and reactions to every episode since the start of Survivor Thailand.
Yes.
All right, so I think this is our like 10th season of reactions at this point.
It's close to it if it's not, because Survivor Thailand wasn't that season 6 though technically?
That's season 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh, yeah.
13. We've done
Oh yeah,
9.
because that's right, because Marquesas was 4.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Right on. Yeah. Well, as Zach said, yeah, I'm kind of a newbie. I've been sworn to secrecy. I can only know as much as up to the season that we're at. And I've become a big Survivor fan through this, and so is my family.
Yeah.
They're way past us now. So so we just don't even talk about Survivor anymore because I told them like, hey, I can't know anything.
They haven't talked since.
We haven't talked. I haven't. I haven't talked to them since.
He's been
They wouldn't. They wouldn't watch One
excommunicated.
Piece without me too. Did I tell you
Whoa.
that?
Wow.
We watched the first 2 episodes of One Piece. It's just it's sort of Survivor adjacent. It's got islands in it, right? And they wouldn't watched it, and they watched the whole thing, and I was like, I was waiting to watch it with you guys.
You got some hip parents.
They loved it too, which is like that's a mark of quality. If my parents really liked it, I think that's highly about it. So
I see. Interesting.
speaks to mass appeal. Well, at least it speaks to mass
Right on.
appeal, I would say. So.
So, I mean, if you want, you can go on our channel and see there's a playlist of all of our Survivor videos, or you can go on zacharcher.net/survivor, and you can pick out whatever season you're looking for, and all the episodes or review, whatever we have is listed there.
Mhm.
You know, we've also done some other bonus videos, like we went through the Funny 115, Alec did like a top 10 Survivor players lists, and, you know, more to come. But we're about to start Survivor Fiji. Last week we did a review, a big in-depth review of Cook Islands to end that story off.
It was big, beefy. That was some of the most fun I've had reviewing a season. Also, it was great. You don't miss out on that. Like, really check that out. That was a lot of fun for us to do.
Yeah, there's
a little surprise there. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot to sink your teeth into there, too.
Yeah.
But you know, Fiji is here, so we're on to a new, great uncharted waters.
Far beyond the sea.
So, any thoughts? I mean, they did tease a couple of things going into the
they were
last
like
season.
2 immunity idols, super dangerous Exile islands. I'm like, okay, it's just more 19 survivors
For the first time ever.
Like,
Not 20, but 19 survivors.
Why do we have this random number? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to figure out. I mean, Fiji's a beautiful like area of the world, so we'll have to. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think there was something about like there was like the haves and the have-nots, sort of a Prince of the Pauper type scenario going on here too, which I'm really curious. That's the thing that's the most interesting to me. I'm very curious about that, how that's going to work exactly. So,
yeah, and I mean, you got your notes out, get your notes ready, because as with every premiere, you know, there's going to be a lot of new names.
So many names. There's always nothing but names.
Lots of new faces. I know how you like to draw a perfect recreation of their face, so you remember in the notes.
Yeah, I do like in like LA Noire. I'll draw like pictures of their faces while I'm interrogating them. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get into it. It's the premiere, baby.
All right.
Standard sized episodes. Sometimes they'll have an extra long premiere, but not this time. So, as always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of the reaction that we do, and then come back afterwards for some discussion time. All right.
All right.
There you have it. It's the premiere of Survivor Fiji, baby.
The premiere.
Babe.
Baby girl. That's what we got.
So, what do you think? What did you think of the premiere?
It was pretty good. A lot of nicknames being thrown around. I will say it was also kind of lame for them to reveal that the reason that there was 19 is because apparently somebody jumped ship like right as they were starting, pretty much, or right before they started.
Melissa McNulty quit last second.
Okay.
She was so far into the process that they even have like her cast photo was leaked or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I on the website or things like that, do they have like cast listing? I wonder if they have stuff like that, like when they're like here's a preview of like here's who's going to be on the next season. They may have even had that before they even went out there. They
usually only drop that right before the season premieres, though, so they would have known.
Okay.
But they take all the
probably
photos.
Got leaked somehow then.
She, I think reportedly she was like having some like panic attacks, and they deemed her like not mentally ready for the game, basically. You know.
I mean, I guess that's fair. You know, it's like if you're going into it, you're not. Yeah, it does take a mental fortitude for sure. To be out there.
Yeah. Very lame that last. Why did you even tease that like for the first time in 19 players, as if you haven't already done 20 before, and then now 19 wasn't even your choice. It was just last minute quit. That's how hardcore this season was, even before the game started.
I guess maybe she heard sea snakes and then kind of freaked out. You know? I mean, fair. You know, fair.
But yeah, I mentioned in the reaction that the season is split, a fully diverse season, just like Cook Islands was.
That's fun too, because again, everyone's a little bit stand out. Everyone's got like a little bits and pieces of moments here to shine and not shine. We haven't heard from everybody, obviously. It's hard to fit 19 perspectives in, but
they did a pretty good job of getting everybody you get to know a little bit about. You get a sense of a little bit from each person almost.
Yep. For sure.
And as such, like the vote itself wasn't exciting at all, but they spent most of the episode focusing on introducing everybody. So I mean, as a result, Jessica was like the person we obviously knew the least about. She
we knew basically
got anything from her.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much anything really. So
that part wasn't super dramatic, even though there were randomly votes to like Yowman, Rita, and Mookie.
Yep.
So
they all got votes cast their way. Yeah.
But I mean, we know that we know Erica voted for Yowman for some reason, and then Erica and Rocky both said they wouldn't vote for Jessica. So.
Right. So Rocky voted for Mookie, and Jessica voted for Rita. Then. Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So that's how. I guess that makes sense. Then there are two votes. They were like, okay, we don't want to vote for her, so it doesn't matter.
So we're just throw them away.
So not as exciting as Jeff makes it seem. Like,
no.
What can you do to not make sure your name doesn't get written down next time?
Yeah, and it's like, well, everyone's just sort of throwing their votes down,
So we had in the beginning, everybody was dropped off together on the same beach. And they were given the task of building this elaborate shelter with like a kitchen, a bathroom, and everything.
Yeah, it's got like it's like a whole complex that they're building, basically. Their camp. Mm-hmm. Kind of cool.
Next episode, they're going to be hiring. They're going to be in charge of hiring people to work there.
Professional chefs. Yeah, they'll be. They'll have staff.
Yeah.
They'll have staff working there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to pay in tokens that you earn from your challenges.
Yeah. And then Sylvia kind of took the leadership role, the classic Survivor premiere older person taking the charge.
In the spirit of BB, you know,
BB
in the
lives on
spirit,
in
he
each
lives.
season. You know, you think people know better by now to really set yourself up? She couldn't help herself. She's an architect. You're building. Let me
Yeah.
at it.
No one seemed like over. It's people seemed like maybe like a little bit put off by it, but like
Yeah,
nobody was like overly like
nothing
angry or like
egregious.
I didn't like her telling me what to do. There was nothing like that quite so much,
Because
but
she wasn't like as off-putting as
yeah,
those other leader types usually are.
yeah. But she did get kind of singled out as being a semi sort of leader.
Yeah.
And then Jeff took that and was like, "Cool, you're gonna decide the tribes now."
Which like, and you get immunity for the vote, but then you're
Yeah,
automatically gonna go to the bad camp,
Exile.
which by default you go to
Yeah, so
exile and then
Exile.
the bad camp.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go to the bad camp immediately after. Yeah, so Exile Island is looks real rough this time around. Snakes everywhere.
Snakes. You could die at any moment.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I don't know.
You
Yeah, I
risk
was
your
like,
game
oh,
every
maybe
time you go out there.
they built that high shelter for her so she can be away from the snakes, and they showed a snake like slithering up there, and I was like, come on, can't we get away from the snakes up here?
But we did get a first peek of the immunity idol clue. It says, "What you're looking for is not here. Go search back at camp." So
Yeah,
that's already.
but that's the thing. So is it back at the good camp?
That's the question.
Yeah,
Well, remember what they
So it's like-
teased, right?
yeah.
2 idols.
Two idols. Oh, so maybe there could be something going on there. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, and one at each camp. Maybe possible.
And so that's already a departure from the last time, where it's like,
Yeah.
the.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
assuming there will still be more hints, but the last time was just ever-growing hints for you to look at on Exile. What do you? I think just based, we haven't seen it in practice, but that seems like a more interesting. It's not
Yeah, I would
like
say so.
Exile. You just have all the time on your hands, so it's like, okay, you're just gonna use the whole time to search potentially. So with this, you have to be a little more
Yeah.
clever about
Right.
it.
Yeah. Well, and now she has to wait till she gets back before doing anything. So
Just suffer.
and has to
Just suffer there with nothing to do.
suffer with the snakes, and then once you get back, then you have to kind of be a little bit covert about it because you don't want to let people know
Yeah.
that hey, the idol's here.
And so,
So-
yeah, Sylvia single-handedly picked the tribes. So
Mm-hmm.
on Moto, we have Cassandra, Liliana, Stacy, Lisi, Dreams, Boo, Papa Smurf, Alex, and Edgardo. And then
I called him Gary because that was what his name is. So they apparently call him Papa Smurf.
And then Ravu, we have Michelle, Erica, Rita, Jessica, Rocky, Earl, Yowman, Anthony, and Mookie. I mean, they did a great job this season casting unique, memorable names. With the kind of names that you
there's so
probably
many memorable names.
won't be repeating, like
Yeah.
John, like you're not going to have multiple dreams is out there.
Yeah, there's no John, Greg and
Yeah.
John P and John K.
So
Yeah,
like,
Liliana, Earl, Rita, Rocky, Edgardo. I've never heard of anybody named Edgardo. That's awesome.
so you're going to probably, I imagine, an easier time remembering these names, putting names to faces with these ones.
Dreams with a Z.
Yeah,
Too. Boo.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, what an assortment of people and names. So yeah.
And then Moto ended up winning the immunity challenge and the nice shelter.
Nice shelter also was decked out. They got like some more. They got like silverware and drinkware and a couch, a comfy
Yeah.
couch.
Yeah, they got a lot. So do you
So-
have some first impressions on some of these people? Anyone that stand out?
Michelle.
Michelle, my belle.
Michelle, she's very cute. I don't know. Dreams, I'm entertained by. He was very entertaining. They had
immediately had some
he kind of-
friction in the shelter.
him and Rocky, or Rocky was taking
Rocky.
it personal.
Yeah.
Taking it personal, I guess. Yeah, Rocky. I mean, himself is already an entertaining. Like he's just said some of the weirdest oddball things.
Absolutely.
Reminded me a little bit of what's his name from Pearl Islands there. just in like saying unusually strange things.
Johnny Fairplay?
No,
Oh.
no, no, the other guy. I think he was. I could have swore maybe he wasn't. No, maybe it wasn't Pearl Islands. What was he in? Maybe it was Amazon. It was Amazon, I think, where he was the where his mom he like won the immunity with his
Oh,
we get to be with his
Matt.
mom and his Matt. That's it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't be so formal," or whatever is what
Yeah.
she like scolded him for talking to.
Of course, Matthew von der
Yeah.
Velde. Of course.
Yeah, of course, as we all
Yeah.
remember.
For sure. Rocky.
Maybe not quite that unusual, but there's some, there's just some
Rocky.
quirks in his the way he speaks.
Mhm.
I mean, those are two standouts to me for right now. Young Man also was he like he's the one that like split open the care package because he's just like, come on, you just
Yep.
use your brain. And it's like use your engineering.
Yeah, it's funny how we had so many little character moments jam packed in here.
Yeah,
as much
there
as
really
they
were.
could. Even with so much to get to.
Was it Cassandra was talking about how was it her or was it Rita? I can't remember who it was. Saying something about like, yeah, the most I've only been like 20 steps aside of the road. It's about the wilderness as much as I've been in.
Yeah, it's
Something like
Cassandra.
that. Yeah. That kind of made me chuckle.
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll have to look forward to what's sort of going on here.
Absolutely.
I think Dreams was the one he said he was or is homeless or was homeless. I think he grew up.
Yeah, they did say
Something to that degree?
formerly
Yeah.
homeless, but yeah, he definitely grew up there. We got a nice little backstory there.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's a lot.
Eating out of the trash at the soup kitchen. So Jessica voted out. It's like we have 19 people, we have 19 people here. So it's like might as well not even give Jessica any time of day. She's gone.
Yeah.
Let's just
she's outta
focus
here.
on the other people as much as we can.
Pretty much, that's what we seem to for the most part, really.
So as far as premieres, I think it's pretty solid.
It was pretty solid. I enjoyed it.
You already got some people to watch out for.
Definitely.
Any other thoughts?
Off the top, I don't think so.
All right. Well, who would you award your first MVP to? This is an award that Alec gives for every episode. He gets to award an MVP, and we'll tally him up at the end of the season.
Yep.
It could be for any reason.
NB can be for any reason.
It's a lot of personality.
I'm gonna give it. I want to give it to Michelle because she's just the cutest. But I'm gonna give it to Rocky. For just saying the strange things and making me laugh, being very entertaining so far.
Straight out of Rocky.
I'm curious as to it's straight out of Rocky. I guess I look like Sylvester Stallone, so people call me Rocky. They call him Boston too. He's like, yeah, I got a lot of nicknames, Jeff.
Yeah,
that sounded weirdly ominous when he said that. It's like, what's that mean? Like, hey, you? Or
so this is gonna be the second person with a Boston tattoo after Shane, whose son was named Boston.
Whose son was named Boston.
I saw that Boston tattoo on Rocky's arm, so he must be a big Shane fan.
He's a Shane fan. That's clearly that's what's going on there. He's also a father to a young boy named Boston, his son.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Every season from now on has a guy who has a Boston tattoo.
Yeah.
That's what they look for.
So yeah, give it to Rocky.
All right, give it to Rocky. That's right.
Give it to Rocky.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the premiere of Survivor Fiji. Stay tuned. Keep your eye on the channel for a new episode every week. All right.
That's right.
So if you enjoyed
going.
Subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And leave us a comment with your thoughts. And we will be getting to your comments on the Tarqaron podcast. That's where we address comments most of the time. Unless it's like particularly spoilery or something would be better with the full context of the season, then I might bring it up in the season review at the end. Something like that.
That's right.
In the meantime, what video would you recommend our viewers watch?
Why don't you go check out the premiere of Survivor Cook Islands? our
Oh,
reaction to that.
uh,
Go check that out.
famously a really great premiere.
Yeah,
Maybe the
very good
great,
for you.
maybe the goat of Survivor premieres so
It
far.
might be. It might be your favorites. This one's still very strong though.
Oh yeah,
Not quite to that height. That's still pretty good, pretty
no
solid.
complaints. All I ask for in a Survivor premiere is just to get as much of different people as we can, and that's definitely what they
Mm,
did. It gives you people to look for going through the next episode and gets you excited. So, for sure does that here.
all right. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
it does.
So click the
Alrighty.
link in the description for social media and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever there's a new video. All right.
All right.
Take care now. All right.